Welcome by the Politricks watch. This is Sir P. Today I'm going to talk about some articles. It's articles because of various platforms cover it. Some word it differently. I see Observer word it say wrong on women because the data shows say majority of people get locked up are men, so women don't really. But they miss nationwide put out for them article and give credit where credit is due. This time nationwide get the context. I don't know how Observer come to the conclusion about wrong on women and the experts say this and experts say that. When you actually read the article, you can see what go on. So Capri, again, the scholar guy, the scholar girls, the local PhD and GHD and all kind of something, BMW and all kind of things, B letters. Caribbean Policy Research Institute. People are linked men and say, look YouTuber, mind your work on Capri, Mind your work on Capri, you know, tell me. I never work on Capri. But you look like them have to give me one position down there. And a big title. Politricks watch, PhD. Because we've been here before. Scholar guy, I hate to sound like a broken record, but especially on this platform, we've been here before. Remember, years ago, I telling you, enough of the things I'm telling you. People are gonna laugh. People are gonna reject it. Them are gonna doubt it. Until them see somebody will look a certain way, walk a certain way, talk a certain way, and have a couple titles. And then them are gonna accept it. Capri now said women are becoming more embedded in gangs. And there's actually a quote-unquote invisibility paradox where even though you're not seeing the data, women are play a major role in crime because the type of role that them play don't show up in data. Go back and look on the Kerosene video and how old that video is. And you'll understand why people are asking me for wording on Capri. Capri guy, how much years they couldn't find this one? I could have just watched the Kerosene video and come to the conclusion there, but me understand me not on a big title. I tell you say out of million people, but we know it already. Usually when I see somebody from Capri, they tend to have a certain aesthetics, type of aesthetics for our people. Have faith, Article states, although women remain a small minority in the perpetration of violent crimes in Jamaica, data suggests they are becoming directly embedded in organized crimes. It goes on to mention, female arrests for violent crimes, including murder and shootings, are rare. Only hear that long time. Even though enough of the war them, especially in a bad man place, a woman start them. You can call them a favorite activist to me. And report me down how you walk. Enough place, especially bad man place, enough of the war them kick off. As some woman and her loose mouth kick it off. But when a time for shot fire, I man them bust them shot them. Scholar guy, are you tuning in? Winnipegian, are you tuning in? Because the PIA, them took me a long time. One time, people from the PIA and Patreon squad reload them article. They must say, like the appliance store, what's new? Clearly, what's different. It's not news. Women rarely get arrested for murders and shootings. Not because the Irish woman heart is pure and clean, but because they don't have to carry out those murders and shooting. Them can get some girl clone for do it for them. Only think of 5 or 10 or 20 man lie down over Medaris and Duffcat right now because some woman just run go call somebody. And the somebody where she call, no ask no question, shot the start fire. Afterwards people find out and say nothing else. The type of crime where women commit make it hard to show up in a data, scholar guy. How long now me I tell you this? Murders and shootings easy. This is why men make up 90%. But in organized crime, the primary role or the main roles of females is not to carry out no shootings. They mainly play the role of quote unquote running the program. The fancy word for that would be facilitators. That not show up in a data guy. Telling Richie Black say come meet me at the corner, me have some niggle eye for you, me just shave it, it's smooth. Yeah, the niggle eye smooth like when time one car tire done. Come feed. And Richie Black's run go beard. Splash on him favorite cologne. And run down at the bus stop, and as he reach down there, the whole of him brain lie down on the ground. Ricky Ticky and Cheese Tricks that wait for him in the corner. When Ricky Ticky and Cheese Tricks get catch, them get murder charge, illegal possession charge, you know who don't get no charge? The Kerosene who run the program, or who help run the program. So it's hard to catch woman when it comes down to them things. They rarely, even when time police catch woman side a wanted man, very rarely them get charged, much less any conviction. Very rare. Guy, when gangs want move guns, they make woman carry them. Because even if a Kerosene get pulled over and she have 10 rifle on the front seat of her car, if squaddy pull her over, all she have to do is undo 2 buttons on her shirt and make her cleavage show. And by the time squaddy pull up and look at her window and look on her cleavage, him not even realize that 10 rifle up on the car seat. Him start ask about number. Him start look at her. Him mouth start water. It has to be studied. Every gang know this guy. When they want to move the machine them, link the Kerosene them. In the Klansman recordings, remember clearly, there was a discussion where C4 and City Post them attack, and City Post was saying them have to go start butcher the woman them, have to start murder them, because at them a block road, at them a hide the gun them, at them a look out for the man them, at them a tip off the man them on the location of them enemies. That right there so is the rule where woman playing a badness in a man. But that the rule didn't show up on data, guy. So if you try to use data, it not gonna work. Which is why them basically come up with a fancy way of saying what the local YouTuber has always been saying. Them call it the invisibility paradox. That's fancy. It's very fancy. It's fancified. Look on this part. In recent times, Jamaicans use an informal term for women who play facilitating roles in crimes. They're called kerosenes. An analogy that speaks to women being the fuel of Jamaica's crime. Kerosenes. Interesting. So Jamaicans use an informal term for women, and this term is kerosenes. It has to be studied. That was the part of the article when BA people start sending me. Look YouTuber, you see this? You see they make it sound like it was a Jamaican thing. Jamaicans, pay Patreon squad, we can't get too worked up on them things. Remember, so we don't in them game me free credit, you know. And fear man, alright, because you know mean nothing. It's not like we're gonna walk on the road and people are gonna run up. Look YouTuber, can I get your autograph? That not gonna happen anyway. Right, so no worry about who I get credit and who I get this and that. Just know say, as long as the people them are catch on to all go on in the streets, that's all that matters. But see, apparently they're called kerosenes. Capri. I know so I'm having a big title then. I'm not going to give me one. Because I see all kind of PhD and all kind of something. If people with PhD and GHD and BMW and them something there, I take so long for finally come to these conclusions. And a little bad mind blagger boy that said them things a years ago. We don't have to go lend me one of them PhD then. Cause right now, them big title they carry you far. Maybe then I can upgrade from a local YouTuber to just YouTuber. It has to be studied, guy. The invisibility paradox. Not everything show up in data, guy. For example, in Ironman, whenever people talk about rapeable activity, them talk about man and woman. But man hold down man. In Ironman, Sprat hold down man and force themselves upon man. That is also another one of these invisibility paradox. Because if you were to check the data, it will look like it's not a problem in Jamaica. But you know why the data will be very low? Is because in Ironman, most places in the world, but especially in Ironman, if force Sprat hold down a man and jump on him back fence, that the man not got no station go report now. Him either go keep it to himself, or he might go rise one rifle and go so he might go either keep it to himself or he might go defend it himself. Men just don't go down a no station. If a woman tell me right now, say, you know, say the boy over there just hold him down and force himself on her, there is something in men, there is something in society that make us that fly like a switch in our head where we have to defend it. I don't tell you know the woman. All the time we don't know the woman. I'm not speaking for all men now, duppy bat. I'm talking about generally speaking, even in a criminal world, rapables are not held to a high regard. Even in the criminal world, rapables are not held in high regard. They're not. Man will brag about murder all day, he not brag about no woman and older man. Society is very understanding and sympathetic to a woman that get hold down and man force themselves on her. But if society ever hear say a man get hold down by another man, that right there is a joke. You can deny it all you want, guy. That is a laughing stock. That man will never be looked at the same again. Your woman in your house will never look on you again the same if she hears say one man jump your back fence. Even if he put one gun to your head. That's why in those situations, no man just crash out because them rather dead. I'm just being honest. People are going to go on like them sorry for you, but the first time you and them have an argument, man, I go remind and say, yeah, man, that's why the boy might so smash up your rear end. And you can't live with that. So, and everything show up in that data, guy. Because for it to show in data, it has to be reported and somebody have to track it. Who is tracking Sprat rape man? Who is tracking women beating women? Uncle Sam Place do a research and found out that relationships between two women at a higher rate of abuse than between man and woman. It has to be studied. In other words, woman beat woman more than man beat woman. But we don't care about woman beating woman. That's not news. It's not news. All of our quote-unquote passion is for men who beat women. But Uncle Sam and places in Europe and Asia did the research and find out say woman beat woman more than man beat woman. Those relationships are often more violent than man and woman thing. But that's not news. Whenever you hear about abuse on women, it's man abusing women. That's another invisibility paradox and everything data capture. Remember the same capital you come tell us, them do the research and realize a guy, poverty and all these things, employment rate. It's not the root cause on a high murder rate. I'm just wondering if them data processing machines slow or I'm just saying, I mean, Capri is made up of all these experts, but the experts want to take long to come to conclusions the blogger boy draw years ago. So Capri have to go give me one job down there. Cause it look like so we have to change the name right now from Sir P to Sir PhD. Cause we arrive at the conclusions long before the scholars. And they have way more resources and way more heads putting together. 2025 this meant news. But invisibility paradox. And poverty is not the root cause. How long we have put together data showing parish by parish, country by country, employment rate, poverty rate. I'm showing us a guy, it's unicorn meat. Them they can't be the root cause of murder. But what do I know? I'm just a blogger boy. Patreon squad, big up on yourself. PIA, you don't know, more life. Ultra squad, stay circling. Bless.